So today's prompt, we're going to talk about how you would craft a prompt to create a weekly summary template or a weekly summary report for your company. So the results of this prompt aren't the actual report, but it's telling you how to craft it based on information it's pulled from your particular environment. So for this prompt, we're using Copilot because that's where a lot of companies have their data in Microsoft 365. So the prompt is write a weekly Teams summary report template that autofills from Teams, Outlook, and project management updates. You would put any other information in there where if it's not project management, maybe it's production updates or something like that. You would put that in there. And then what it's done is it's gone and looked in my environment and it's found that, hey, we have weekly team meetings. So it's pulling information in from there. And it's also crafting this and asking you to make sure you're aligned with the format of the report it wants to create. So the first thing is the header. So we would have a title, the date range, prepared by whoever's creating this or the automations that's creating this, and then the team members that this would pertain to. The weekly highlights. So then it's telling you we would pull this from these sources. So you would put whatever sources you're using to create your actual work in there. Key wins. So it would pull that information in from Teams or Outlook, or if you would connect it to your CRM, it could give you that information. Also, client updates. Basically, it's pulling in here a weekly Outlook document that we use for planning our weeks. And then also it would pull in information from the user's Outlook and files if it was connected, and then obviously project status information, communication summary, and then it's giving us some options as to where we can go get these AI workflows to pull in this additional information. So if we wanted to, use this particular AI workflow to pull in additional communications information, email highlights from various users on your team if they're connected and the data is accessible, and then KPI and metrics. So it's asking you what metrics and KPIs would you like to judge, and then you would determine how you would automate the delivery of those individual metrics. And then you would have action items, who the action items are assigned to, due dates, statuses, and then notes and feedback. And then it's giving you a whole bunch of resources here of how you would go about getting the additional information you might want to pull in from here. And again, you would provide it. These are the tools that my business is using, and then it would give you much more tailored information as to how to achieve those automations to pull that report information in. So this is kind of a prompt to get you started with how you would create a weekly summary email for, you or your team or the company leadership, but then you would need to then figure out how to attach all the different software applications that it needs to pull the information in and create automations around, delivering that information via this report.